When Samuel was born, we initially saw him as a typical kid, just like my oldest son, Isaiah. But after about a year, we realized he had a disability, and that was a very confusing time for us. When Samuel was about 3, a doctor actually suggested to me that I document our life.
When Samuel was a baby and we first started realizing that he might have a disability, I remember being really afraid. How could he get a full education and go to college when he can't hold a pencil? I just couldn't imagine beyond that, and I was very afraid for him and for us.
The primary thing I learned from making this film is that all kids have the capacity to be fully included in school and community. All kids. The school is the hub of the community, and if you can't attend your own regular school in your community, how can you possibly feel like you're truly a part of the community? At Beaver Meadow Elementary, kids with disabilities join the same classrooms as kids without disabilities. Now my son goes to Beaver Meadow, and I think about inclusion every day. Since the film has come out, it's been on national television. I've been in about 30 different states around the country, presenting at universities, national conferences. It's far exceeded any of my hopes or expectations. But I knew that unless new generations of people in this country saw disability as just a natural part of the diversity of our culture, I would not have achieved the goals of the film. So that's when Working Films helped us organize a summit of disability rights and educational leaders from around the country in Washington, D.C. And the big idea that came out of that summit was we need a national inclusion campaign that is teen-led and teen-focused. We selected 20 teenagers with and without disabilities to come together for the summit. Everyone had to host an Including Samuel screening party ahead of time, and we said, we don't care how you arrive at this, but we want you to come up with a specific idea for a national campaign for inclusion.
What could we do to use the momentum of this film to create something powerful? No matter how cool I think I am, I realize that at almost 33 years old, and the things that I may come up with may not resonate with young people. I want you guys to think outside the box. Make it fresh, make it exciting, make it inclusive of everyone. That is your charge today.
If we want to make this campaign successful, the very first thing I think we should do is change people's perceptions.
Once you know something when you're a child, you live with it. They're like rules.
How do we make it cool? I want to bring it back to redefining cool.
What's cool right now? iPods, like cell phones, Facebook, inclusion.
So how are you going to engage people in the campaign? Like, how does that play out?
TV's a powerful tool.
Everyone watches TV. However, even more everyone goes on YouTube.
I agree with Tyler. YouTube is a great idea. I think the internet is our generation. Imagine how many people we could get if a friend tells a friend who tells a friend, and they just spread it everywhere.
We did a lot of visual mapping where we put poster board on the walls, and there were incredible connections happening.
I just saw that little light bulb. Yeah.
Yeah, Norm could be like a person.
Write that down.
A guy named Norm. You have Jim Carrey playing.
We came up with the slogan, stand out to fit in.
Something that Ziggy said yesterday really stuck out to me was the phrase, different is normal. I really like that.
We're talking about like, I'm only as different as anyone else. I just want to be treated normal.
We put defy the norm, defy exclusion.
If we were just doing like a still image, it would be just I am Norm and then a person, except he's supposed to be in a wheelchair.
Difference is normal. I am normal. I see normal coming up a few different times. Norm. I am the norm. Like the guy is named Norm.
Yeah.
I am Norm. Right.
For I am norm, what we're saying to people is we're all normal. If you were going to do a PSA, like a TV, what would it look like?
I am creative, I am funny, I am a writer, I am smart.
And then at the very end, all of us in a group all say together, I am Norm.
I'm an artist.
I'm a disabled athlete.
I am a filmmaker.
I am an advocate.
I am Norm.
Over the course of 2 days, these 20 teenagers filmed 2 sample PSAs, created a very powerful mission statement, and they came up with this idea for a campaign which is now called I Am Norm. You know, in this day and age, you gotta have a good website if you're gonna have a campaign. And so the young people designed the content of the website. They thought about what would be on it, you know, pictures, videos, discussion questions. There's a whole section on actions for inclusion that you can take in your school or community. There's a YouTube channel that has dozens of videos created by people from around the country on the I Am Norm theme. There's a documentary of the summit created by one of the teen participants, a 14-year-old kid named Drew Goldsmith who has autism. And honestly, one of the great things about this, I hope this campaign is huge. I hope it's a big national success story. I hope it gets tons of visibility. I hope it's on, you know, major TV. But if nothing else happens than what's already happened, what we've done is we've helped cultivate 20 youth leaders. And I think each of these kids are going to make a huge difference in our society one way or another.
Norm is the idea that all people are normal because differences are normal.
That's kind of the beauty of it, is that we just want to see where this goes in an organic fashion. And if I told you right now this is where we're going to be in a year, I'd be lying, because I don't know. But I don't really want to know. I want to see where the teens take it.
We've become so close. Like, how does that happen?
We demonstrated inclusion here the whole, 48 hours, whatever it was. Ow! These are the most intelligent people I've ever met, and I wouldn't have known had I not given them a chance and included them.
I've learned so much, and I've met so many wonderful people, and I'm gonna remember this experience my whole life.
Why are we segregating them when we can include them for less money than we're actually separating them? Why wouldn't that make sense to the American government?